Hello, John Benson, the Billion Dollar Copy Coach, back with you for day 3 of the 3-day cash machine. And this is day 14, I think. I lost track. It's something like day 14 of our 30-day straight Facebook Live Persuade and Profit course. All the stuff I'm downloading you on teaching you how to increase your persuasion power and increase your profits through online marketing. Hey, Scott, welcome, guys. You guys pile on here. We're going to get everyone on here when we can so that everybody can come and participate, because this is day 3 of our 3-day cash machine bonanza. And don't forget, if you comment and you want to be a part of a small group coaching call that I'm going to have, it's $2,500 a seat to be on. That's no bullshit. That's the real cost of it. And it's only with 4 people. All right, we already have a winner. We have one winner from last week, and we're going to get 3 more winners. We're going to get one tomorrow. It's going to announce the one tomorrow. So if you guys are commenting, you guys have a chance to win as long as the comments are real. So we haven't had any like 1, 2, 3 comments. I don't think that I haven't seen anything like that. But we're taking the real comments, putting them into a randomizer, and so anyone can win. We're not picking, what we think to be the superior comments like I thought we were originally doing. That we're not doing that, and because that makes it more fair, because it would be a little bit biased. So, hey, good to see you, Michael. Good to see you, Francis. Hey, Ken, what's going on? Ken Krell, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you guys. So let's get you guys all on there and getting commented. It's going to be a lot of fun today. A lot of stuff to cover for sure. I want to make sure we get our technical stuff down. So again, in case you don't know, I am John Benson. I am the Billion Dollar Copy Coach, because my copy has made over $1 billion for my customers. That could be you. That could be you. Not $1 billion probably, unless you're like, Jeff Bezos or something like that. But hey, going in the right direction. So that's me. And today we are talking again about the 3-day cash machine. So we're going to take questions at the end of it. Again, I'm going to show you inside Email Copy Pro. Email Copy Pro, if you don't know, is the software that I created that literally is AI meets you, meets me, meets brains all over the world, and creates the best emails you've ever seen for you. It's very powerful. It's a power tool. It is not one of those I can set it up in 5 minutes kind of thing. It's going to take you about an hour and a half to set up the quick start. But I'm using the quick start today just to give you an idea. Well, you can do it about 60 minutes actually, but I'm going to use the quick start today, take you inside and show you day 3's email. And then we're going to just do like we did the last 2 days. I'm going to show you why it works. And I'm going to take you inside of a Pages document and fill it out using our fictional product of widgets so that you can see it will work for anyone. And don't forget, we are going to set up a way for you to get all 3 of these email templates later on in the week. It may be toward the first of next week before we have that up and live, but it will be a free gift for me to use. So I want to make sure that you get that, and be sure to say hello and thank you for my team. So I'm going to make sure the team's on. Hopefully they're good. They all see me, all good. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do a test again, because remember a few days ago I did this and it did not work well. So I'm doing it. Hopefully you should see if you can hear me. I'm going to say, wait till you can say you can hear me. So as soon as someone says, hey, I can hear you, John, I'm ready to go. I'm pretty sure we figured out what was causing the problem, but I just want to make sure you say, hey, I can hear you just great in the comments, and then I will proceed. Go to the slides and we will get underway. So it's about 30-second delay. I am waiting. I'm going to take a sip of water. Oh, that's good. I'm becoming a Perrier fan. Okay, awesome. I got the first person saying we can hear me. Great. So I get this out of the way so I can show you the real stuff here. Okay, what you're seeing here again is Email Copy Pro. Pretty simple. So if you don't have Email Copy Pro, that's okay. You can just keep watching this. Okay, I'm just showing you how we did this, how we put it together, right? So I just came into Email Copy Pro. I clicked my Epic Email Quick Start Setup. I did this in about 30 minutes because I'm pretty fast at it, but you can do it anywhere from 30 to 90 minutes. 90 minutes is on the outside, way if you're really, really slow. So that will get you set up to use all the starter emails and sequences. Not every email we have in here, because we have emails in here that are 800 words long, 1,000 words long. That there's, you have to fill out a lot of data for that. This is not one of those cheesy scripting tools that spit out generic emails. This literally creates emails using 2nd-generation AI, our brains, your brains. It is phenomenal. But we want to get you started fast, so you can be sending this out tonight if you have Email Copy Pro. So this is what I would do to send the email that I'm about to show you. I would click here. I'd go over to the starter sequences, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to click 3-day cash machine. And I'd scroll down to the bottom and hit start project. That's that simple. And when I did that, out comes the 3-day cash machine. Now, just so you know, it would spit out instructions, and then it would show me email 1, email 2, email 3, etc. So we're on email 3. We're on the last chance email. So that's what I'm doing. So It's going to pull in subject lines for me, like I showed you. Last chance, here's your last shot. But it's also going to customize all the subject lines that we know work, literally hundreds of them, that you can scroll through here and pick the ones that you want. But the easiest way to do is just go to pick the one that we download for you. So It Goes Away Tonight is the one I like. Now, all I'm going to do is go through this very quickly, and then I'm going to dissect what's going on as we do this. If you were thinking about, now, what am I doing? Is that left brain or right brain? Think, okay? You might want to pay attention to how many times I go back and forth between left brain and right brain. Thinking, logical, left brain. Feeling, emotional, right brain. You'll see this throughout this whole thing here. If you were thinking about grabbing Street Defense Made Simple, that's my fictional product. Notice that this is in blue. This may be your last chance to get it while it's on sale. So this is a hard-hitting, there's no setup. There's the dynamic blueprint underneath this is literally the very first line of the blueprint is sell. Not literally, but you don't need to know the names of how we broke everything out. You just need to know there is a blueprint underneath here. And so when I regenerate it later, you'll see, yeah, this thing regenerates and rewrites the thing based on the same blueprint because we know it works. And I send the URL very quickly because remember, this Goes Away Tonight. This would be great if you had a timer up here, like if you've got like a Deadline Funnels or something like that. But if you don't, that's cool. This is your last chance to get it. So this is called left out avoidance. Again, you don't need to know every little thing that we're doing, but I'm showing you anyway, just because it's really cool. And this is my URL. And notice something here. For the CTA link text, all the CTA, this stands for call to action. This is what you're going to see inside the email. You're not going to see the URL. We just provide the URL that you provided, actually. And then we tell you what to put for the text of the URL. That's what this is right here. Street Defense Made Simple. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because, look, I'm doing this on purpose. If you read past this and it looks like a link, I underlined it, by the way. It could actually be a link, and then I put the link again here. It's just, this is called redundancy, and I use it quite a bit. So redundancy inside copy, very strong. Then I immediately transition out of this and go back to, now I'm still appealing to the left brain here because it's a sale. So you have to remember, you buy emotionally, but you justify logically. So I'm going to build a logical justification. I've been around the block a few times when it comes to self-defense. Not to brag, but here's the backstory. Now, here's what's really interesting. When I go into story mode, what part of the brain am I going into? Logical or emotional? Anyone say? It's emotional. Because think about this. Think when I say this. I want to tell you a story. You automatically, your eyes go in a certain direction, your head tilts a little bit. It takes you back to when you were a child. Your dad or your mom or whomever raised you telling you a bedtime story. Now, you think, oh, you're not doing all of that yet. Yeah, you are. This is what's going on. Underneath, remember how your brain works. The top of the brain is where you think everything is existing. It's really just the tip of the iceberg. Everything else is really underneath. That's who we're talking to. We're talking to the underneath part here. I'm going to tell you a story, even if the story doesn't start out with once upon a time. So the story here is really straightforward. It's one sentence. I spent the last 32 years studying Street Fighters and perfecting what truly works. This led to a breakthrough, a premier street defense system for survivalists of all ages. The solution that is waiting for you on the page above. So all that is, that's not even a story. That's just like a little bitty thing. Now I could have said, I grew up in the streets of Chicago. I could have done that, but I'm just going to make this as simple as I can for you because any one of you guys could write one sentence today of a story. But links, this is what you're just typing in, yes and no. Now, we already talked about what this is. This is called your niche. Self-defense, street defense, that's what this is. I could change it. But I click here, Email Copy Pro, this is actually called the offer setup. You would think this would be called like, well, my story, right? No. And I'll tell you why. This is an offer. And we set up an offer because we know what we're doing as copywriters, not just by saying, hey, I want you to go buy something. Again, low-hanging fruit. We're getting them. This is the need, guys. They're sold. They don't want to miss out. The fear. So we got fear and need right here. Fear, this goes away tonight. Need, here you go. If you're thinking about getting it, this is your last chance. Then we're going to convert the other guys, the wants and desires. Hey, you know something? Let me tell you something. I'm talking to the wants and desire guys at this point. They think they want it. Maybe they're just having a little bit of an inkling of a desire that they want it. Well, now we're going to slowly convert them into a need. okay, with some really strong copy, by the way. But this isn't actually part of the offer setup. If I click this here, you'll see that I didn't write anything except this and this. Email Copy Pro told me what to put here. I could have said, I read over through years of experience of working over it. Now let's change this. This is for clues. Success leaves clues. So we give you all these great transitional. That's why I spent over 32 years studying Street Fighters and perfecting what truly works. I could obviously that is what the case is, but I could change this to anything else. You see, I learned the hard way in games on the streets of Chicago. Okay, now this isn't true. I'm just putting in here. But so we can now see how this would all look down here. It's pretty simple. I can save that. Boom, that pops in here. But notice that we don't leave anything to chance for you guys. I don't want you to even have to think about that whole first sentence. See, Email Copy Pro does that for you. I don't want you to think about the transitions. I just want you to fill in the blanks. Let us do the rest. And notice how it completely works. I could have changed the whole thing. But look, what about this one? Well, this is the offer USP. What is an offer USP? A USP is a unique selling proposition. It's what makes your product, or your offer rather, unique. Here's why you need to buy this. It's unique because of X. However, I created what's called the USP Factory. The USP Factory is a formula that we use in Accelerator. Well, guess what? In case you're wondering, the formula is in Email Copy Pro too. And as you can see, this is actually a bunch of drop downs. All I had to fill in custom is I wanted it to say Street Defense System, but look at this: experience, manual, tutorial, teaching guide, system, inspirational guide. So if I change it to teaching system, fine. Okay, so boom, it's done. But I wanted Street Defense System, fine. So you could literally type that in. Who'd you create it for? I created it for street survivalists of all age. Okay, that empowers you, that quickly delivers, that rapidly gives you the turns of tables. So I can choose all this from drop downs, and then using my plan, and that empowers you to what? Quickly master the 3 strikes you need in a situation. But it's not through yet, all without ever practicing a board, kata, or stepping foot into a dojo. That is a USP. So here's the entire USP is literally created for you as you walk through the drop downs. That simple. All you gotta do is fill in those little blanks. Now a USP will make you thousands, tens of thousands, literally millions of dollars if you have a correct USP. It's really, really powerful, okay? You really want to make sure you have a USP. Well, this is all done for you inside one little phase and one little part inside Email Copy Pro. That's what's so cool. So that's how that USP was created. Now, notice that I didn't use the whole USP. I didn't use the whole thing here. I use it in other emails. I didn't use it in this email. Again, this is a closing email. We want to get you right to it. We don't have to use the whole thing. I just pulled one part of it out. That's why we built Email Copy Pro to be modular. So again, these are dynamic blueprints. Kind of cool. Now, here's what's really cool. I did this work so you don't have to. I did all this work so you don't have to. Now, do you think that that's left brain or right brain? I did all the work, you don't have to. That's very left brain. That's very like hard-hitting, logical, but look at the very next sentence. Honestly, so much love and care. So I went from as hard as you get, look, I did all this so you don't have to, so much love and care went into this. Can you hear my voice? My voice literally changed when I spoke it out. My voice literally changed. So much love and care went into the creation of Street Defense Made Simple. So will you please just answer me this? Will you let me help you? Again, all right brain. Now I'm going from hard hitting to right brain. I'm going left, right, again. Have the Street Defense Made Simple before it's too late. Is that fear? Yes, it is. Okay. Remember up here, we didn't have any fear or pleasure. We just had the name of the URL, the name of the product rather. So grab this before it's too late. And I'm not through yet. I'm not through yet, guys. I'm not through yet. Yes, duality. Everybody's smiling because I coined the phrase duality. The best part, once you have my Street Defense System, and if I wanted to change that, by the way, to teaching system, like I just said, boom, you'll know exactly how to defend yourself from any attacker on the street without ever practicing. Did you guys think I was going to just leave out the USP? Oh, by the way, yes, this is all in the quick start. Okay? This is all in the quick start. This is all within 60 minutes of getting the program you high loss without ever practicing a boring kata or stepping foot into a dojo. and faster than you may think possible. Because again, a USP doesn't have to be all in one single paragraph. It's spread across. This led to a breakthrough. The Premier Teaching Systems for Survivalists. You can have it all. You'll know exactly how to do this without this and faster than anything may possible. This right here is a push, pull, push. Actually, this is actually pull, push, pull. Once you have it, you'll know exactly how to defend yourself. That's a pull without something negative. Terry's going, I'm starting to get the clue here. I'm starting to see how important all this is. Yeah, it's very important. And now you can see I do it all the time. And you can look at how this copy is written versus how a lot of people write copy, and they don't do this. They don't do this as much. And faster. So we have positive, negative, positive. This is a blueprint, folks. Dynamic, as you're about to see. Remember, positive. What do I start the next sentence with? Now, again, if you guys had to think through this, I would feel sorry for you, but you don't. You don't have to think through this. Unless you don't have Email Copy Pro, then you do. Unfortunately, I have to remove the special you see on the page above tonight. Now, if this wasn't true, I'd just type here and change it to tomorrow or whatever. So grab this right now, and let's get you started today. Negative, positive. You guys can see this. Now it's like, now it's going to be like, don't think of the pink elephant. You're going to think of the pink elephant. Okay. P.S. I'm serious about this deadline. So you'll want to act now. Okay. This is just hard-hitting scarcity. Okay. You'll want to act now. I'm serious about the deadline. Now it's kind of cool to say this. I'm serious about this deadline because a lot of deadlines people see that, oh yeah. But I go P.S. Why do I put this in a P.S.? I know this is a little bit longer teaching session today, like I told you guys, but it's very mutual important to go through this. P.S. Why am I putting this in the P.S.? Because this is how folks will read your email. Let's see, link, scroll. Oh, P.S. Same thing with sales pages, by the way. The best stuff to put in PSs is stuff you definitely want people to see. I'm serious about the deadline. So I immediately put the deadline in their mind. You'll want to act now. It's a complete NLP command. And remember, NLP, you can try this first on me. Now, by the way, this is the best way to phrase a money back guarantee. Try it on me. You can try this on me. It's so much better than don't remember it's got a money back guarantee. You can try this first on me. That sounds so much more appealing. It sounds like I'm going to give it to you. That's not what I mean. I explain it right here. If this doesn't work for the way it's working for countless other self-protectors, notice it randomly changed this from street defenders to self-protectors like you, remember? This is all dynamic, right? So it's changing stuff as we go along. It's kind of cool, huh? So I could, again, if I didn't like that, I could say survivalists or patriots or self-defenders or preppers, whatever I wanted to put in the avatar. I'll happily give you back every penny you invest. And obviously, if you don't have your money back guarantee, you could just change that and grab it right now. So grab it right now, positive. Grab it before it's too late. Now you see it. You see, these are blueprints. These are literally, this is nested NLP. Nested NLP. It's nested inside nests. And this is what makes it so absolutely kick-ass. And the only way that we could do what we're about to do here, click regenerate, and you'll pay attention here, and this thing will start rewriting itself. So that's the only way we could possibly do that. And start rewriting itself. So that's the only way we could do it. So I'm going to go back over here real quick to the Pages document, and we're going to fill this out very quickly. It's very simple. So you're going to use your product name right here. So these are the fields. If you're thinking about grabbing the Widget Bible. This is the very first time I mentioned the name of the product. I'm making this up as I literally go along here. You want to get this here, URL, product name. So all you put here is Widget Bible, or the name of your product or your supplement or whatever service, whatever it is. I've been around the block a few times when it comes to widgets. It's just so easy, right? Not to brag, but here's a backstory. Now, here's where it's not so easy, because you have to actually kind of write it. It's a quick start. When you get into really powerful emails, and not that this is one of the most powerful ones we have, but when you get into emails that require like maybe 10 different things to fill in, well, you're going to want those drop downs, because we're just going to walk you right through picking all your verbs and figuring out what to say next and what we call transitional phrases. But I promise I would teach you how to do this without having that software. It's just not going to be as easy, and obviously it's not going to rewrite itself. So here we go. Offer setup. I'm going to say I spent 100 years making widgets. figuring this shit out. I probably wouldn't say that, by the way, but this is funny. Now I have the ultimate. It's a very bad USP, the ultimate widget answer. That's a bad USP, but that's okay because we're in a hurry and I'm typing. The solution is waiting for you on the page above. I did all this work so you don't have to. Honestly, so much love and care went into the creation of, I'm just going to copy Widget Bible, the Widget Bible. Actually, I'm going to be really pedantic here. Okay, the Widget Bible. And copy that here. So will you please just answer me this? Will you let me help you? By the way, I just love that phrase. I think you should use it in every sales page, every VSL. Would you let me help you? It's such a kind invitation because it's not, would you buy this product? Obviously, you wouldn't really say that, but would you let me help you is so much more powerful. Don't you think so? Grab the Widget Bible before it's too late. The best part, once you have my, I'm going to say ebook, whatever it might be, you'll know exactly how to, primary goal, make more money selling ledgers without having to rely on banks to supply your cash flow, whatever. So doesn't matter what it is, and faster than you may think possible. So this is a big pain point. This is a big positive point. Remember, unfortunately, it goes away tonight. So grab it right now, John. I'm serious about the deadline. Avatar, other widget lovers. Okay, URL, product name now, and we are done. So pretty awesome. That's all there is to that. That is all there is to that. Cool. We're going to come back over here to the camera, and hopefully I will be back on here solo. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. So hopefully that was very helpful for you. Again, I'm going to show you where, in case you need Email Copy Pro, and if you're watching this and you don't have it, if this isn't the best $9.97 you've ever spent, then yeah, you got to shoot me up and let me know personally, because I mean, that's just going to be, that's going to blow my mind. If I can write for you, not me, but a machine with 30 of the best copywriters on the planet, roughly 30. I mean, I think it's a little less than that, 27 guys that are the most famous guys you can think of. I mean, everybody from Ryan Dice to Perry Belcher, Todd Brown, Frank Kern. I can go down the line of geniuses that have contributed to the system and allowed us to blueprint their killer emails. Agora is one of my favorites. I love Agora to death. Agora is, if you don't know who Agora is, they're one of the biggest marketing companies in the world. They just did this $15 million cryptocurrency email webinar, just unreal. Fernando Cruz's crew out there. Well, I'm friends with, in fact, the president of Agora Financial is on our board of advisors for CopyPro. And he said, hey, whatever you guys want from us, we got the best controls in the world. Hey, have all of these controls. And we're like, oh, this is great. So that you won't find this anywhere else. There's no scripting tool that will give you this. I mean, the scripting tools are like usually one guy going, this script sounds good. And everybody gets the same damn script. As you just saw, that's not the way we do things. We actually rewrite it. We actually show you millions of different ways to put your own iterations in there so it sounds fresh. Sounds like I wrote it. I'm not going to put out shit. Just not going to do it. Excuse me as I get a little vulgar here, but I'm not going to do it. I told my crew, man, I'm only going to put out the very best thing I can put out. If this isn't it, I'm going to be, I'm just going to one of those guys. It's not going to be some cheesy tool that I can sell for $97 and go, oh, it's an auto scripter or, script. What's a way to say this without saying doll? Just kidding. Ben's going to shoot me. It's not that. It's something completely different. It's something far more powerful. So hopefully you guys see that and appreciate that, because I have a love and passion for this, for not only words, but persuasion and helping you guys do better and making more money. So that's where you're going to go watch and get that for the discount that we have. If you go to if you go to our normal page, you'll pay a lot more money and you'll pay every month for it. So this is the discount. So go there now. So I'm going to take your question. So this is going to be cool. It's secret katana, huh? That's interesting. Do I even know what that word is? You cut through the guesswork. Obviously, this is very. Oh, thank you, Mateo. Appreciate this. So we say Francis says, I'm going to fire up my accelerator this weekend. Craft VSL. Oh, good. Very cool. Very cool. Now, Accelerator is, in case you don't know, Accelerator is my which we took off the market now, and it's being sold through a different ad company. It's not being sold by me anymore, but I took it off the air, off my. It's sold out. Sold as many as I'm going to sell. And but for folks that have it, that's awesome. That's for video sales letters only. That doesn't do email. Email Copy Pro does email. And as you're going to see tomorrow, It does more. And if you stick with me through this whole 30 days, I'm going to show you how it does a whole sales page. Oh yeah. It doesn't regenerate the sales page yet because it's a lot of work to do that. But yeah, a 6,000 word sales page. Yeah, let's see a scripting tool do that. But that's kind of cool. But we're going to need that because we're going to go through what's those persuasion steps inside of a sales page. But tomorrow we're going to be looking at what makes killer headlines and killer subject lines. Because without a subject line being killer, your email doesn't get open. It could be awesome and it ain't going to get open. And with headlines above video sales letters, above sales pages, you need headlines. Headlines can make or break a sales page. Well, we have a headline generator inside Email Copy Pro that I just didn't tell anyone about, really. I mean, we did on the calls, like we said, oh, guess what? Why couldn't we just do this? Like, because we already dynamically pull in subject lines. Couldn't we do this with headlines? Only let you create them? Ooh, yes. The answer is yes. We're gonna go through that, and more importantly, how you can make these on your own. Like, what's the formula? Because as you can figure, there's a blueprint behind the headlines, right? Behind every successful headline, there's a blueprint. All right. So cool. People are saying so. White said having some serious issues on internet speed. That could be us. I was having some for some internet speed, even though I'm hardwired into a fast internet connection. But I think it's just the building that we live in here in Vancouver that's having some stuff that could be that. Hopefully not. So everybody got this right. Story's emotional. That's right. Ken, I'm showing this because Leanne's on the call today. We love Leanne Price. She totally rocks. Ken, you're awesome. It's good to see you again too, man. Good to see you on here. So good. Everybody's lighting cloud. Good. I'm answering all the questions. So Terry said I'm using ECP to replace some of my headlines right now. Oh, you found it. We kind of have it hidden. In case listen, I got to do this for my ECP peeps. They're on the call. I know a lot of you folks are not, but just in case, I'm going to pop back over here to Mission Control and show you this real quick here. So you just click on Mission Control, and if you scroll right down here, just bonus copy tools. We hit it for a reason because honestly, I was still testing it. So I'm not going to show you this now, but the bullet generator, so you can get killer bullets. And sales bullets they're vital for sales pages. In fact, John Carlton, one of the best copywriters in the world, a good friend of mine, said when he starts writing a sales page, he starts with bullets. So the very first thing he writes is bullets. So if you could get some killer bullets written for you for your sales page or your VSL or anything, or for email, it doesn't matter. Boom, bullet generator. And of course, I use John's formula for bullets for some of these, as well as Gary Benzavenga, as well as Gary Halbert, as well as my own, as well as Todd Brown, and the headline generator. But headline generator, we're going to do with subject lines and headlines. So that's right there. And all you do is click it and click start project. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. So I just wanted to let you guys know where that is so that you would not ever doubt me. Okay, speed's good. Awesome. That's very cool. All right, great. So we are, man, what is it with me in exactly 30 minutes? It's like I've got 11:28, and this was the long one. So I feel pretty good about this. I want to keep your time and honor your time anyway. So unless there's any other questions, we are going to call it a day and see you guys back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we're going to go into what makes a killer headline and killer subject line. I'm going to show you that inside Copy Pro. And then we might do that over a couple of days because there's a lot of different formulas and you guys should see them. And then after that, we're going to move into some really kick-ass persuasion stuff when it comes to sales pages. So that's the plan. And I'm going to show you some sales pages that are working now and why they're working. And before I let you guys go, I want to offer an invitation. Obviously, you can go to go here to get Email Copy Pro if you don't have it already. JohnBenson.com/email. It'd help if I actually click the right button and not the wrong button. So give me 2 seconds here. This thing's messing up here. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. It's not working. Okay, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, JohnBenson.com/email to get that. And I also want to ask you if you are interested in having me. This is only for people that have offers. If you have an offer, or in the case of the guys I'm working with this week, for example, that they are writing an offer and they have the cash to do this because they've written $1 million offers before, and they wanted the VSL guy to come in and say, well, will you write this? So no, we have a new coaching plan going on. It's called Offer X. And what we do is it's 3 calls that we're going to do. And it's 3 calls and then I dissect copy in between the calls. If you guys have an offer and you want me to take a look at it, this is not cheap. I'm going to tell you this right now, but it's one-on-one, and they'll tell you themselves. I mean, it's like they had no hook, they had no positioning, they just had the name of the product, they had no bonuses, they had no upsells, they had no story. And within 2 calls, they've got all the above. And the 3rd call is coming up. So, and copy for each of those calls that they write that I edit. So it's really the cheapest way to have me do anything related to a VSL. I don't do them anymore. I retired from doing that. But I charge, not to brag, but I charge $100,000 to write a VSL because I was making VSLs that were making, $50 million. So I think, hey, come on, $100 grand. But since because I only write for myself now, but this is the keeps my writing chops up, and I love coaching. I can dissect. I could find the hooks so quick. So if you want to do that, here's what you want to do. You want to PM me. If we're not friends, put a message in here and Leanne will send it to me. Just PM me. There's no sales page to go to for this. If you're interested in that, and that's good for anytime you're listening to this, as long as I'm not dead or retired. Okay, awesome, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your. Oh, I got a question from Dan. I can't take off here. Mark said bullet points sound like good strategy. Yes, it is. It's such a great one. John is a genius. Last question, Dan. How would you use email copy for recruiting talent for an insurance agency? Is there an email sequence that you recommend for that? How would that work? That's a great question for recruiting talent specifically for an insurance agency. You know what? That's a great call. That's a great question for our live coaching calls, which I will invite you to join. So Leanne, invite Dan to join our live coaching calls. And the email sequence that I would use for that is we have. That's sort of, it's a B2C, obviously, because your people are buying insurance, but you're talking about recruiting talent. So you're talking about hiring out somebody. If I'm reading this correctly, and right now, Email Copy Pro doesn't have any recruiting, like job recruiting, because it's such a low percentage of our customers even need that. But what we do is when somebody like yourself says, hey, I need an email sequence for this, I just put my feelers out to my guys and go, hey, what's a good talent recruiting email sequence? And we put it in Email Copy Pro specifically for one customer. And that's how we built up the hundreds of emails we have in here. Is the stuff we started with, we didn't have everything, and we still don't. And when people say, hey, do you have something like this? Rarely do we say, no, but we can do that. So that's how we would do that. But if I'm hearing you correctly, that's what I would recommend doing. So we would actually put in a sequence to do that. You wouldn't need a whole sequence for that. You'd only need 3 emails, because after that you'd know real quickly. And I know a little bit about what HR is about, if I'm reading your comment correctly. So if so, Leanne, just ping Dan if you don't mind, or Dan ping Leanne, and you can set each other up. And if you do that, if you decide you want Email Copy Pro for everything else that you use for your company, then we could definitely put those emails in there, because like I said, it would be a sequence of 3. All right, cool. Thank you guys again for showing up again. And it's 11:32. We're doing pretty good with that 30 minutes, and we'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And until then, you guys take care. Be persuasive.